Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thursday night's edition of Paranormal Question of the Day. We'll be right back after a short message. Hey everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We do live podcasts with live guests, live paranormal investigations as well. We do product reviews, so sit back, enjoy the channel, get popcorn, get a soda, and I'll see you soon. And we are back.
Well, you might need to reshoot that intro. Your goatee's a little longer now.
I know. There's lots of stuff.
It's looking good though. I like it.
It's very white.
That's okay. That's okay.
And a lot less hair too that's being covered up. But so we have Mr. Larry Eissler III back on with us again.
Yeah,
it's been a while, about a year and a half or so. I think I haven't you on last.
So. Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, and I take a break from podcasting for a while because you get burned out every once in a while, and but hey, I got to get back in the fold, which we got a few shows already under the wing this year. But I also want to express my heavy condolences to Travis Wazaki and his family. They had a family member lost earlier this week, and I just want to express my condolences, and our hearts and prayers are out for you guys. And hopefully you're all doing okay right now. So other than that, let's move on. So Mr. Larry, how you been, sir?
Tired.
I know the feeling.
Busy. Shooting numerous different documentaries. I've got an episodic or two in the works. I've got this new 3D printing thing going on all at the same exact time while I'm trying to go to events and talk to people, and it's a lot, especially now. Usually right around May to June starts my busy season. Between like February and May-ish, I'll have like maybe 2 events a month. June, July, August, September, October, it's minimum 3. Most of the time, it's every single weekend I'm at some event.
That's not too bad though, but
it's not bad.
Getting out there and doing your stuff and all that stuff. So
the only problem is,
World, how's it going?
It's a lot of time in the car. So for some reason this year I'm in Pennsylvania 4 times. It's an 11-hour drive. It's like,
well, I suppose. Well, you'll be going to what's big out there? Well,
the Bash.
The Bash, yeah.
Yeah,
I've not been to the Bash, so
you got to go. It's great. It's a great time. The Bash, I want to say, is in 2 weeks, and then the next one after that is the Paranormal Research Symposium.
Okay.
Which I'm giving my talk on AI in the paranormal community.
Okay.
And then in September, I'm there for the Underworld Culture Con. So
that'll be interesting.
July, August, September. I'm in Pennsylvania once.
Well, I mean, you get to see all the people from BB3 TV, which this is Tom's world. He's part of that, I believe.
Yep. I hang out with Taryn at the Bash all the time. So there's been
a
few times
I went surgery, I believe. So
she did. Yeah, her meniscus tear.
Yeah. I wonder what she was kicking.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Kicking her husband.
Oh boy. There's Carmen. How you doing? Hey, just saying a quick hello from Samuel Miller Mansion. Very cool. LLC. Columbia, Pennsylvania. Very cool. Nice to see you in here. And NPA is awesome. Awesome state. Yes, Tom.
I did an event last month called the Creepin' It Real Festival in PA. It was like in an old stone jail. It was really neat.
Oh, I believe it.
I'll be at the Bash too. Come and say hi. This beard will be much shorter by the time I go to the Bash. Trust me. It will be.
Hey, no copying mine.
No. I always keep a little on the sides, but yeah, this was usually at least at one point in the summer around June-ish, before I start getting too busy, I just let the beard go.
Right.
And then because I'm gone so much, I have to start keeping it in. So this is my lumberjack phase.
Okay. Okay.
And then I have
Well,
to be professional. Yeah.
so for those who don't know who Larry is, you want
Mhm.
to kind of explain a little bit of who you are and what you do in the paranormal field and stuff like that, so that way they kind of give a background. I did list that last page this afternoon about kind of
That's all.
doing a little back research and stuff.
Sure. So I've been in the paranormal since 2009. So give or take 17 years. And the majority of that has been spent, in the beginning trying to disprove the paranormal.
Hmm.
It's all fake, it's all garbage. Everybody makes it up. And when you've been in it long enough, you start looking at it and you start going, how do I explain that? I don't, how did that happen? So then you swing the other way. And now everything's a ghost and I have to prove why it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, great. Except, obviously that doesn't work that way, right? So it's just kind of a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I kind of settled somewhere in the middle. And that somewhere in the middle is, I don't care to debunk a ghost. I will if it's very obvious.
Hmm.
But I also don't care to prove it's a ghost. I'm very much here to live in the moment, and I'm here to tell stories and share stories. And if you don't believe it's a ghost, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's not on me.
You're in a good spot, honestly, because it doesn't make or break a location,
No.
and you're still learning.
17 years in, I'm still learning.
I think the way I look at it, and my friend Rowan, God bless his soul, that we always say, if you stop learning and you don't care to learn more, then there's no business being in it anymore.
I agree. And that's the great thing about the paranormal is, there's so much undiscovered that there's never going to be a point where we're going to look at the paranormal and be like, oh, we figured it all out.
Hmm.
There's always going to be something new.
Yes.
So especially like with the locations,
Oh yeah.
you can be the
Always new
best of the
locations
best,
popping up.
and then there's a new location. You're like, ooh, I want to see what's there. I want to learn who's there.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I got into really focusing more on the locations themselves,
Hmm.
telling the history of the locations, and then sharing that history with people so that they can go and investigate it. And then learning the story of the spirits and then sharing their stories. And
Right.
that kind of rolled into me also being a filmmaker. So I kind of took this much broader area of the paranormal that I was in and just kind of refined it down, and now I'm just a paranormal storyteller.
So how much of the filmmaking do? Do you still do any of that, or not really? Kind of put that off to the side.
So I started my first big project was my show Expeditionary. We ran
Hmm.
for 3 seasons on the Paraflix network,
Yep.
and we won a Telly Award for it. So I was really excited about that. But that was more, you know, kind of generic investigating,
Hmm.
using the tools and getting the numbers and the science and all that stuff.
Right.
You still had a lot of conversations with spirit boxes, but it was more about the evidence.
Right.
And after I got out of that show and the show wrapped because my partner Dan retired from the paranormal altogether,
Yep.
um, I was kind of left in the lurch a little bit. Like, what do I do? And I started getting into feature length documentaries.
Hmm.
Instead of doing 6 hour long episodes, now I do 1 hour long doc about just one location. And there's no deadline, there's no rush. If it takes me a year, it takes me a year.
Yeah.
So instead
I
of
think it's a
punching,
better schedule then.
oh, way better, way better. I get way more sleep now, that's for sure. Because
Well, we
back
need that.
then I'm doing one episode every 2 months, and every episode was 50 minutes, so it's a 50-minute edit every 2 months. It was super stressful.
Yeah, but the 50-minute edit is always like a 3-4 hour edit, though.
Oh, 75 hours.
Yeah.
Every episode was approximately 75 hours, depending on the investigation content. So all
That's
that
too
has to be
much for me.
reviewed and then edited, and then it was a lot. So now that I'm doing, 1, 2, 3 projects at a time, but they're all spaced out,
Right.
it gives me a lot more flexibility to focus on one for a while.
Yeah.
So like in 2024, we did The Seance, which was our big documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still waiting for distribution on that. We don't have an answer for it, but for 24 and 25, Taryn, I hope your knee's feeling
There's
better.
Taryn.
Oh, my
How you doing,
back foot
Taryn?
recognized
Hopefully
the hand
everything's going
gesture.
good.
So with The Seance, that was the big one for 25. And then we started filming our doc about Jericho, and that's still in the process. And then we filmed the follow-up to The Seance. Like, those are my big three.
Right.
I might do small stuff in between, but they're not my priority. Whereas before, I used to cram so much into there, and I used to churn stuff out so fast, but I'm finding that the quality's better now. So I like it like this.
Quality over quantity.
100%. Especially
that's what we always say at the trucking factory, but it's usually we make trucks, not cents.
Sure. Fair. They spend a lot of cents to get the truck.
Yeah.
But
when it's half all built like shit and we got to turn it back and fix it.
You got to turn it back and fix it, right? Absolutely. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm a filmmaker. I travel all over the place, do investigation events or just random pop-in investigations. Like I was telling you backstage, I just get invited to groups. They're like, hey, we've got an empty seat at Waverly. You want to go? Yeah. Or my friend Jesse, hey, I'm going to Edinburgh. You want to come with? Yeah, sure. Okay. So I travel around doing random investigations too, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Once I get some invites like that, I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool. Get to go here, get to go there.
It's different. It's very different.
Yeah, but you're also in the location. You're vibing with other people, with teams, and it's also learning about other people and how they investigate too, and what makes it different. Do I take a part of what they do and add to my investigation techniques?
Absolutely.
And that's what I like too.
One of my main techniques, and I know people have added it to their toolbox, is I play blackjack with the ghosts.
Oh yeah.
I'll bet $1. I'll play blackjack with them. They have to win 3 out of 5. As of today, I'm 4-19. They cheat. They cheat. But when you see it happen, it's like, holy cow, they're actually saying hit and stay or stand, depending, but they're actually responding with that. It's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So I know full well that people are adopting that into their toolboxes, because I did an event at the Palmer House, and there were people there that said, I'm getting a deck of cards and I'm going to do this. Well, have fun.
See, I use the deck of card method, but it's more like, what am I holding? Stuff like that. Or I'll go hide it and say, hey, okay, find the card that I just hid.
Sure.
Play hide and seek or whatever. That more than often than not, it does work.
Yeah.
Josh Hurd, he showed a video on that too. And I spoke to him a few times before he even did that. I was like, hey, try this, try that. So every once in a while, when I talk to him, he'll try something, whether he does it this episode or 10 episodes down the road. It's his, whatever he can, but it's cool that it's like, okay, he'll take that into account.
Well, and sometimes when you're filming, you might film an episode tomorrow, but it doesn't air until episode 7.
Right.
So he might have done it right away. You're just not seeing it until 10 episodes down the road.
Right. But it's like, hey, cool. He actually took my option and my opinion, and it's cool that some people take that and run with it, because I want to see them have success with it as well.
Sure.
I'm not just the one to hold back, like, oh, I'm not telling anybody this, or I'm doing it because they'll take trademark and all this stuff. Like, no, we're in the investigation together.
Right.
Take it, use it. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't.
Well, and a lot of times you can have the same tools as somebody else.
Yeah.
But the main difference is you, the person.
Yeah.
So, if you're a jerk, and you treat the spirits like crap, and you try to play blackjack the same way that I do, just because you have the same cards in the same spirit box doesn't mean it's going to work the same.
Because they may not like me.
Because if they don't like you and you're a jerk to them, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm not playing that. Go away.
Right, exactly.
So, hey, listen, if you want to give it a try, you want to play blackjack with the ghosts, by all means, go right ahead. Can't guarantee it's going to work because we're different people,
Right.
but good luck.
I also like the thing of role playing.
Mhm.
Now, when I was at the Baraboo Inn last time I was there, I dressed up as a gangster.
Sure.
And we got a lot of good hits. In fact, they actually pushed me down the stairs in the basement.
That's not surprising.
Oh,
They're a
man.
little aggressive down there.
Holy cow. I mean, I was filming. I was live at the time
Mhm.
and I was going down the stairs and it felt like I got pushed and I
Mhm.
tumbled down, hit my ass against the thing and went against the room, popped right back up. Hey, we're all still good. You
Still
know,
alive. Still alive.
still live, but look at I'm bleeding all over the place.
Yeah. I
And of course,
did a little impromptu doc there with my friend Nikki Wilson. And it was her and I, we were leading an event, and then her and I were investigating the brothel, just the two of us.
yeah.
So the whole time we're in the brothel, I kid you not, she's literally offering me to the brothel ladies like I'm a piece of meat. Like she's sitting there doing an estet, and she's like, "Are you guys ready for Larry tonight? He's going to be in the bedroom." And I'm looking back at the footage, and I'm like, "Nikki, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Slow your roll." So we get into the bedroom the very last session, and she has been pumping these ladies up all night long. She's just like, "It's almost time. He's almost all yours." Nikki, what the fuck? So we get in there, and I put $3 bills on the nightstand.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, if you pay these ladies, you will be brothelized. They get handsy, and their hands are cold. And then Nikki's like, "I'm gonna go sleep on the couch. You have fun with the ladies tonight." And I'm like, "You're gonna leave me in here by myself?"
Cold
She goes,
is
you
shrinkage.
already paid them. They're not gonna do anything to you. And I'm like, "Well, okay, that makes sense. I guess that makes sense."
Oh man, that makes reminds of being at Melbourne for the first time.
Mhm.
Gracie, Gracie, she likes the guys, but the thing
Mhm.
is, when you don't know when she's in the room until you like it smells like piss.
Oh.
Yeah, so she has this bed, and I was laying on her bed. I was like, I want to try this out. I had a few other investigators in there with me, so I wanted to lay on the bed. And so I lay on her bed, kind of, get the things rolling a little bit. And well, here I felt a tap on my shoe.
Right.
I'm like, okay. And then next thing you know, I feel this like, get this feeling something's hovering over the top of my face. And then all of a sudden I feel this on my face.
Oh
And I'm
my.
like, oh shit.
I'm about to be Dan Aykroyd.
I'm like, it's time to go. You had your fun. I'm out.
They can get a little handsy. They
Yeah.
really can.
Oh man, I know Shelly has asked me to come back there, and I just haven't been able to get back there yet. But I do want to get back there because downstairs was kind of slow, but the interrogate was at the room with the pole.
Yeah.
That room there, John saw a couple things around the corner that
Sure.
peeked out and stuff, and
Sure.
we got some interesting EVPs and whatnot. But
Mhm.
it's something I got to go back to because you can't just go to the place one time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
brothel, I slept on the couch
Mm.
and I heard it sound like a kid talking in my ear.
Okay.
And the kid was telling me his name was Billy. And I'm like, did I just dream this or did I actually have this happen?
Sure.
So I told Shelly about it and I told the other people about it. And they're like, yeah, Billy's part of the room.
Mhm.
So that was kind of weird. I never had that. But wearing that get up suit, I think makes a big difference.
Yeah. I think
So
so too. You're basically a trigger object.
yeah. And I like that. Um, why not play into the role? I'm going to
The
a jail tomorrow, and I'm going to get a orange jail suit. I'm going to get
nice.
into it.
The last time I was there, we did an event in February. So we dressed up, but because it was February and we were in the basement, we all had our coats on. So I ended up wearing my flat cap and a pea coat, and with my vest and tie and all that stuff underneath it. And I'm like, this is close enough. This is what you're getting. It's like 20 degrees down here. Just accept me for what I am. And we had great activity that night.
Right.
Great activity. So one of my favorites, and I have the video on my Facebook somewhere. There's a dead bell next to that pole, and we're talking to a spirit, and the dead bell goes, and we're all like, "Whoa! Can you do that again?" Okay, never heard it do that before. So, Old Bear
I'm a
Blend,
little leery on the dead bell. What is your impressions of the dead bell?
it depends on who sets it.
Okay,
I found that it's basically an EMF sensor.
right.
So when it triggers, it dings the bell. So if you set it too high, obviously it goes off all the time. If you set it too low, it'll never go off. So I found that, and other people have said the same. If you set it at the middle and then go slightly down, that seems to be a good place. It has to be a strong hit to set it off, but it also doesn't go off all the time.
Exactly.
And that seems to be around the place where you'll get those yes and no responses too.
Okay. And that's what I was kind of wondering about that, because it's like I want to get one, but like I said, my friends, Small Town Paranormal, they have one, I believe. So they provide that, and I provide different other tools of aspects.
Sure, absolutely.
I do the fog machine and the lights and the laser and the tracer and stuff like that. Just to try to catch an apparition or whatnot. But Two Souls Paranormal, he kind of set something in my mind, like, okay, why is it you want to do the fog machine if you can't really if you have a hard time finding an apparition? What makes you think you're gonna walk in the smoke machine and catch it then?
Yeah. The first time I saw something like that used was at Broadhead with Bill.
Yeah.
And this was, every bit of 5+ years ago.
Right.
And then all the teams
down
that have
that
gone
hallway.
down the hallway. And then because he has these haunted house industrial sized lasers, he can literally create a wall of light. And he'll cut the room in half with the laser, and then you can see the airflow through the laser. You can see how the fog moves and shifts with airflow. So, you can see how the air flows out of one room and across the hall and all that stuff. But you can also see where an airflow starts in the middle of the hallway and then disappears.
Yeah.
So, well, what the hell caused that?
Right. So there's multiple ways to use the fog to our advantage. It's just a matter of reading it the way you want to read it.
Right. As long as you're aware of the natural airflows. From one door to another door and HVAC and all that stuff. As long as you're aware of that, anything that pops up outside of those zones, I go, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. The one weirdest thing that I've had happen to me at Broadhead. So in the band room, I tried an experiment where I had 4 laser grids, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So it kind of fed all the way around like that.
Sure.
And they all died. So I'm like, okay, fine, we'll try something else. But we started asking questions with the recorder. So when we started asking questions, one of the laser grids popped up. Then this one popped up.
Yeah.
So it's actually doing a yes and no with the laser grid popping
with
on and
the
off.
grid turning on and off. Yeah, that's cool.
So that was something different. I've never seen that happen before. I'm thinking I want to try that again at Edinburgh in the basement and see what I can get out of that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But
especially that long hallway leading to the laundry room where that one spirit's particularly seen moving back and forth.
Now, do you sleep in a house or do you sleep in a manor?
Most of the time I sleep in the house. Not because I don't want to sleep in the manor, but that was weird. Caught that out of the corner of my eye. Go away. Ghost down here. So, so because it is an unheated and air conditioned building, most of the time that building is just insufferable.
Yeah.
So if it's cooler, I could do it, but anytime I get out there, it's always in the summer. And like if I'm even the slightest bit of sweaty sleeping, I will never sleep.
Yeah.
So at least the house being cooler is enough for me to be able to sleep.
Right.
In that instance, there are other locations. I've slept at the Masonic Lodge we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
In like August, it was the worst. I got no sleep that night because it was hot and damp because you can't open the windows in that location.
Oh.
It was humid and just disgusting, and we were dying. But you got to do what you got
Illinois
to do.
does get warm.
It does. We crack 100 degrees routinely in the summer
Mm-hmm.
for a good like 2 weeks, and we've already had our stretch in the 90s here. It's coming. Don't you worry.
Oh, you
We'll be
guys have
here
got
soon.
your fair share of tornadoes too this year.
I think we're at like 178.
Yeah, you got more
We're
to
the
Kansas right now.
Kansas, Oklahoma, we've got the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Tornado
I don't know
alley
what we
shifting,
did,
folks.
It did. It shifted to cover all of Illinois. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we did. If I had to blame somebody, it's our governor. And whether you're left leaning or right leaning, we all hate the governor. Doesn't matter which.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm going to bring a fan with me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to sleep in a manor this year.
Which room are you thinking?
I think the first day I'm going to sleep in the first floor.
The kids' room?
I don't know if it'll be the kids' room. I might, or if I might sleep somewhere down towards the end. I'm not sure. Haven't decided yet. And then the second night will be upstairs.
Okay.
It's depending on how stuffy it is.
Well, especially the upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I was just there a week or so ago. I had to get some exterior footage of the building, and there was a team there. There's oh no, I can't remember their name. R&R Paranormal.
River to River.
Yes, that's it. River to River. They were there hanging out, and I hung out with them for a little bit and walked the building. And the first floor felt really nice, even though it was so hot outside.
Yeah.
Boy, as soon as you walked upstairs, it was like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're breathing. It's heavy. It's heavy as it is, anyways.
Yeah.
Whether it's hot or not, it's heavy. But it's, I
and
found
the
a
basement
room.
Is damp.
I won't sleep in the basement.
It's just.
I thought about doing it 1 year, and I decided, no, I'm not going to do that because we've had too many things going on down in the basement. We've had things thrown at us down in the basement. Weird voices going on down in the basement. Actually, one of the guys that was with us last year, he was actually sleeping in the house, and we had the spirit rocks going, and it started talking about the person sleeping in the house. It started talking about him.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, but it doesn't matter because the house is haunted as well.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yeah, for sure.
So
I remember Kat Armstrong, who works at Edinburgh Manor. I remember, meeting her first before I ever went to the building. She's like, we got to get you out there. And I'm like, I want to go. Trust me. And then she used to always warn me about the basement. When you go to the basement, just be careful. Be careful. And now I go down there, and the basement's the first place I go. I'm just like, hello, what's going on? I'm here to party.
Yeah, it's kind of like Paranormal Quest. I don't know if you watched them on YouTube or not.
I think I've seen a few things, but not religiously. I don't watch them.
So what they do is they have this thing called abandonment. So they'll put these cameras in each 4 different spots. They'll walk out of the building for an hour. Let the cameras do the job. But when he leaves, they go, "We're leaving," and he just starts screaming.
Right.
And it's like, okay, shit starts popping off. So I don't know if you say that when you're leaving the building, just kind of see what happens, and then say, okay, well, now they're gone. What's messed with the gear?
If I do static stuff, I usually will. I'll make it very well known that I'm doing that. Like when I did Jericho 3 weeks ago, I was there for 3 nights by myself. So I did static on night 2 and night 3.
Okay.
And so, I set it up and let it run. I think it's for 6 hours before the camera cards were full. So, and that was around the time where it's like, okay, I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to wake up in 6 hours anyway. So I'm just going to come and grab the camera because the sun will be up at that point.
Right. So where did you
So
sleep?
I slept in the convent, but
And how?
like I felt weird about it because number one, I'm by myself. I'm
Yeah.
a dude in the convent for nuns by myself. And I'm like, I don't want to sleep in their bedrooms because that feels really disrespectful.
I get that.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna sleep on the couch. And it ended up working out better because the first floor is air conditioned, the second floor not so much.
Right.
So and then the first floor has curtains that are blackout curtains. Second floor, not so much. So once I got up and I grabbed all the camera equipment and the microphones and everything, and then went back to sleep again for a little bit because the living room was dark.
Yeah.
It worked out great. It was nice and cool, had no problems. And then I was also right next to the kitchen. So if I needed a snack, it's right there.
Oh yeah. Did you
But
ever have any of the nuns come sit with you at the table?
not, well, as far as I know, of not sit with me at the table, but in numerous times, including on live streams when I was there, you would hear footsteps on the floor above me. And then the chat would be like, was that a footstep? And I'd be like, yeah, that was them upstairs.
Yeah.
Again, I'm the only one in the building, but the nuns are doing their thing.
Oh yeah.
So you would hear them walking around all the time. And it's just like, hello. Okay.
It's an
Hi.
interesting location. I do like it.
I don't recommend people do solos that long by themselves. You really have to know what you're doing.
The church. So I was with Wayne Gunther, like the Small Town Paranormal.
Mhm.
It was just he and I for 6 hours or 7 hours. It's one of the two.
Okay.
Well, I'm like, okay, you can stay in the convent and I'll go in the church and we'll see how this goes.
Mhm.
And I had my thermal camera getting there, going through with the thermal, red all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
Red. I'm like, oh shit, that's heat. Oh, number
Right.
one.
Right.
But the windows were going bang, 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 bang the whole time in there. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I was like, okay, I'm right smack in the middle of the church. And I'm like, yeah, who's ever around? You come walk up by me or whatever, whatnot. All of a sudden I hear behind me where the front door is in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I all of a sudden hear running right behind me. I'm like, oh,
they'll run right up on you. And I know exactly what that is because it runs up on me too. I was in the basement of the church by myself.
Yeah, that's a freaky looking area.
I actually have a video of it. I posted it that next day. You see me just kind of like doing something. I'm picking stuff up because I'm about to end that session. And I look down at my camera and I look up and then something ran up on me and stopped right here. And you see me go, I'm saying something like, minute. That wasn't nice. Please don't do that. Like you can tell in my face, I was like, oh, but I'm trying to like play it cool. Like, hey, that wasn't cool. You shouldn't have done that. That must have been an accident. But inside, I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Jesus,
well,
why would you do that to me?
We had walkie talkies, and I'm like, Wayne, I'm going to be coming back in a little bit because it's too damn freaky right now.
Jericho can be heavy.
Yeah.
I do not recommend solo stuff there unless you seriously know what you are doing.
Yeah.
And you've been there. It's the middle of nowhere.
Right.
If anything happens to you and you're by yourself, it's the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So, you have to have people on speed dial who are waiting for you to check in. And if you don't check in, they're ready to call somebody.
Oh, yeah. So the school, I haven't got so much from the school yet.
Okay.
It's been kind of quiet.
The second floor, I've got some things. The first floor, not very much. The basement, I've caught a ton.
Yeah, there's lots in the basement.
The kitchen and that cold storage room. But that's now a mirror room.
Now, that clock that's in that one area, did you notice that will go off every once in a while?
I don't recall that.
Yeah, there's a clock down there somewhere. I think it's in
Yeah.
the maintenance room, and every once in a while it would just turn on.
Okay.
So that's
I did sessions in there, but I was also like feeling a little lazy.
okay.
So as I was walking through the cafeteria, I spotted this really comfortable looking chair. So I'm like, I'm gonna do my hour-long session in that chair. So I sat in the chair. I, put all my little gadgets all around the room, and I had an EMF meter next to me with an audible alarm.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm just kind of talking, and all of a sudden, right next to me, and I'm like, oh, well, hi, right next to my face. But my favorite thing to do is Estes. When you're solo, you can't do Estes.
Ghost
But
chatter. Have you tried that?
I don't like it.
You don't like
Um,
it?
because all the questions are pre-programmed, and you can't react live. You can't react to an answer, right? So
Well,
they
you
just
can go live on there now.
how so?
You pair it with their YouTube channel, and you can
I
go
didn't
live.
know that. I
Yep.
didn't know that.
It just within about a month and a half ago, you can go live with it now.
Okay, well then super new then.
Yep. And then they
Okay.
got people that can chime in and ask questions,
Okay.
and then they'll say it right above. They can give you little points and coins or whatever when you're live.
Sure.
And then
I'll have
you
to look into
can,
it.
yeah, it's very interesting. And then they have an Estes method part of it where you're
Okay.
doing Estes by yourself.
Yeah. The Estes by yourself, where like it uses pre-programmed questions. I never liked it because you can't chain questions together then
Yeah,
unless you pre-think of them and write them in.
right.
But you're not going to do that.
You kind of do that on the spot, but
Right. And in the basement there, I have an Estes where 5 or 6 questions were all answered in a row, all by the same spirit.
yeah,
And it's like, holy crap, like that's an amazing story, but only because the question asker was able to be more fluid.
right, right. But yeah, it's free. All of it's free. Josh just said something on Tuesday. I was saying
Yeah.
that Connor Biddle made it all free.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out for an update and see how
yeah,
that works. I mean, I'm down to try it. It's just, for the most of the part, I just rather it be an in-person thing.
hmm
Because the paranormal is all about energy.
yep,
And your energy combined with the person that's asking the questions produces a different result every different combination.
yep. It's
So
something worth looking into.
sure.
It's evolving the paranormal a little bit more. It's like YouTube,
Right.
but people can ask questions. They don't have to say it out loud. It could just be comments going up like YouTube.
Right.
So, but yeah, definitely check it out. I think you'll enjoy it.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So with Dan now retired, I
Mhm.
imagine doing the paranormal stuff kind of gotten a little harder. Um,
For the first year, I really didn't know what I was gonna do.
yeah,
Because he and I had investigated together at that point for like 14 or 15 years,
hmm
exclusively as partners. And I was kind of like the baby duck kicked out of the lineup. It's like, I'm
right,
on my own now. Go waddle away. So it took me most of 2024 to really figure that out. And then that's how we ended up with the seance October 2024. And then that kind
okay,
of carried me into 25. I met Brittany and then worked with her for 25 and half of 26 here.
hmm
And then, just kind of trying to find my way in the paranormal world again.
yeah. It's a revolving door for me. I just try and find my way. I mean, I got a
Yeah,
lot of my friends in Iowa and stuff, and there's parts of Wisconsin and whatnot. But it's
sure. I like just being me without needing to worry about a team.
right.
I can go anywhere. Like, hey, we have, like I said before, we have one spot. Do you want to come to this investigation? Yeah, sure.
hmm
I don't have to turn things down because I have a partner, or we've agreed that we're always going to do stuff together. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
So now when someone messages me, hey, I've got a spot, it's tonight, you have to be here by this time, can you make it? Yeah, sure, I'll be there. I just
That's a
pick
good
up and go.
feeling. Right. That's a good
So
feeling to have, though.
it is. It's a lot more freeing, and it allows you to live in the moment a little bit more.
Hmm.
Especially when you do film, everything is so structured.
I think it's easier to make friendships and relationships with people with locations when you're by yourself.
Yeah.
They get to know you a little bit more.
Right.
That's why I'm going tomorrow, like I said, to Kiwani, and uh, just it's a self guided tour of the jail.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, I could do that. It gives me a little bit of a knowing about the location before actually investigating it a little bit.
Sure. Sure.
So, so you have now a new company, which you do 3D printing and stuff like that. Do you want to
I
get
do.
into that and talk to people about that and what you're doing
Absolutely.
now and what
So
your future looks like?
I had a company. It's called Small Town Productions, which was an offshoot of our original paranormal team, Small Town Paranormal, which is funny because you now know a Small Town Paranormal.
Yep.
So it always trips me up. I'm just like, I remember that name. um, but we made Small Town Productions and homage to the team that Dan and I were on together. And we did Expedition Entity and a couple other small docs and a bunch of other things.
Hmm.
And this last month or so, it came time for me to kind of reinvent not only my brand but my identity, who I
Right.
am. Small Town Productions was always Dan and I. Even though he had retired and it was me now, it was still a vehicle for he and I.
Hmm.
So I wanted to rebrand the production side anyway. I had numerous names and different things, and none of them ever really felt very good. So I started getting into this whole 3D printing madness, and just the name just kind of came to me, and so I ended up turning Small Town Productions. I rebranded it into the Black Lantern Company with a really cool little lantern logo and all this other stuff. And now that is my DBA. So anything I do for film, for vending, it all falls under this one thing now.
Hmm.
Because really, when I go to conferences, I'm there for film too. I'm
Right.
there to talk about my film stuff and just sometimes show films. But I'm also vending because I'm there to talk about film. So combining it made a lot of sense to me.
Right.
And it gives me an opportunity to, number one, change up what my vending booth always has been. I felt it was getting stale because I've been doing this since 2018.
Hmm.
And as you go throughout the years, you change your stuff at your booth. But I've had the same stuff for 2 years now. It just got stale.
Right.
So with this 3D printing, it allows me to create anything I want.
Hmm.
Absolutely anything I want, especially like equipment that I would use. So that's kind of where I started. I started with things that I would use to investigate. And if I think it's cool, maybe you'll think it's cool too.
Well, I mean, anything with the accessory wise, like you said, cat balls, laser
Mm-hmm.
grids, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to be an accessory that people are going to need because sometimes when you get at a location, you have a cat ball, and it's like, okay, well, is this going to work or is it just going to keep rolling because it has nowhere to stop and pinpoint
Right.
itself?
And not only that, if you put it on a shelf or a table, some of these locations are in rough shape. They're not level.
Yeah.
That ball is going to roll on its own. So even if it's on a shelf high up, that little cat ball stand prevents it from moving on its own.
Hmm.
Now anything that lights it up has to be actually lighting up the vibration sensor on the inside.
Right.
So, well, now what is it? It's not movement because it can't move.
Right.
It's on a shelf. Nobody bumped it. And,
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, those little stands actually absorb vibration and it won't set the ball off.
Which makes it harder.
It makes it harder. And a lot of times the balls don't go off.
Yeah,
So
and
when
there's a
it
lot
does
of
go
people
off,
that
it's
really
like,
don't like cat balls because they go, well, it's not paranormal stuff, and it's the simplest thing, man.
take out the fact that it's a cat ball.
Yeah,
It's a toy. Take out that. What's on the inside of it? A vibration sensor with a light.
yeah,
That's all it is. It's a vibration sensor. So if something tries to pick the ball up,
Mhm.
it's going to vibrate, it's going to go off.
And there's also um, Traverse Moon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Crystal Kelly.
they have a Ouija board that they use the cat ball holders to put on the Ouija board.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think that's a unique situation there too, because that way you can
totally.
help you spell out what you're trying to instead of
Totally.
using a planchette.
Absolutely. And it's just a different way to do things. And
Yeah,
it doesn't cost $600. And I feel like
exactly.
that's the most important thing is, you have these envoys and Ovilus and the SLS where they're so expensive that the
Yep.
majority of paranormal investigators can't use them.
Yeah, I don't go that high. At the most I'll ever spend on stuff is like maybe 150 tops.
I'm around there, 150 to 200. If it's something I really want, I'll go to 3.
Yeah,
Anything
see,
over 300, and it's like, but what does it do and why do I need it?
right. So I just like I said, I'll send you a link to Two Souls Paranormal. They got this one box where it has to be on a stand,
Hmm.
not on the ground. It's preferred not to be on the ground, but you can put it on the ground.
Hmm.
But it's on a stand, but it gives sensors off, and when something's up coming up to it and walking up to it, it can change the different lengths. Two was it 3, 6, 10 for the lengths of distance you want to cover,
Sure.
and it spreads out,
Hmm.
and then it has temperature control when change the temperature. It has all sorts of stuff on it. It's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, he's just made was it the T25? I want to say it's called. It's a laser, kind of
Hmm.
like the tracer, but it's in a big honking box.
Hmm.
Has to be on a tripod because
Sure.
then it goes down and extends 8 feet long.
Okay. Yeah.
So
And that's all stuff I'm going to get into eventually as well. Right now, I only have one printer, and it's actually running right now. That
mhm,
light is the printer. It's doing its thing. Um,
it's quiet.
it's not that bad. It really is. I have no problems being in the room with it, and sometimes I forget it's running. So, because I'll look back and I'll be like, "Are you going? Are you going right now? What are you doing? Oh, you're changing colors." So, like, hello, but I only have one. So,
Yeah.
that's why I don't have an online store, is because if people order a bunch of these cat ball stands,
Hmm.
I can only do a tray of 8, and it takes I think 12 hours. So if 20 of them sell in one day, it's going to take me 3 days to print them all and ship them out.
Yeah.
And then I'm still behind because then on day 2 and day 3 there's more orders. So, right now everything's a little slow because I only have the one
Right.
printer. Most things are available in person only. But
Yeah.
once I get a second or a third printer, I'll have the online store, and then I can start making my big electronic piece of equipment.
Yeah. And that'll be
And
fun because then you get to figure out how you want to design stuff. What do you want in it? What do you want it to do?
oh, I'm way
And
ahead of you.
yeah,
I've
and the
got
thing
I've
is,
got 3 of them ready to go right now. I can't print them at the moment.
well, but that's the beauty of it. It's like, okay, you're in these locations. Oh, I wish this had this, or I wish this did that, or I
Hmm.
wish this did this. Well,
Hmm.
now you can make it and do it the way how you want to do it, and
Yes.
that's the beauty of it.
And as long as look, small town paranormal. As long as I keep an eye on the component costs,
Right, right.
there are a couple pieces of equipment where getting the circuits and the wiring, the resistors, the capacitors, all of that adds up. And
Yes, it
just the
does.
parts alone is 150, $200.
Yeah,
And then I have to print it and then sell it to make a little bit of money. I'm looking at it like, okay, this does 10 times more than a normal piece of equipment does. How do I justify the price? Because it's expensive.
yeah.
So it's hard because you don't want to be, another ghost stop that overcharges on everything.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like last night I was watching uh Connor. He was at a jail and he was using the newer tracer wire.
Yeah,
Okay. The first one is notorious for problems. There's so much problems with the first tracer wire. I can begin to start where it is. And
mhm,
then the second one, it has some glitches in it as well,
sure.
but there again, what are you going to do? I mean, you're trying something different, but there are glitches with when it comes to products.
Well, not only that, but people also don't treat the products like they should.
Right.
You know, the primary example of a product that's treated horribly is the tripwire. You know, those sensors, you should not be dropping those sensors on concrete.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are like, oh, the sensor went out, or it must be the battery. No, you freaking dropped it 3 feet down onto concrete because you didn't want to bend down to set it down.
Yeah.
Stop dropping your equipment and then blaming it on the equipment. It's a sensor. They're delicate. You have to be careful.
Well, yeah, the second one has a LiDAR to it.
Yes. Yeah. The tracer.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a LiDAR, the one from that I got from Two Souls Paranormal. There's a LiDAR in that one.
You start dropping that stuff, it's not going to work anymore.
Right.
So, you know, you spent money on it, like, just set it down.
Those things aren't cheap either.
No, they're not.
The Hydro is another one it's like a spider. That's even more expensive.
But, you know, you look at the cost of these chips, like they're expensive too.
Yeah.
You know, there was one piece that I'm in the process of, you know, picking all my circuit boards for, and just the LCD screen by itself is $30.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a small LCD, $30.
Yeah, that 2-inch TFT. Yeah,
exactly. And when you think about it, you know, that's not super expensive. But when you have 5 other chipboards that are $30 to $50 a piece, all of a sudden that one piece of equipment, just the parts, is $200.
Mm-hmm.
And people get mad because you want to charge them $300 or $400, but it's like, well, this piece isn't really for everybody.
Yeah.
But that's why I focus on a lot of the other stuff. You know, I don't have any prices listed online, but my cat ball stands are $10 a piece. Yeah. And they come in, you know, right now 2 colors. I've got other filaments I need to print other colors in, but you know, they're $10 a piece. They're a 3 to 5 hour print. So, and then, you know, there's a filament cost, there's maintenance costs on the machines, there's my electric bill. Oh, my poor electric bill. You know, when it all adds up, you know, you're only making a couple bucks per cat ball stand.
Tell you what, go to TikTok. They got a thing for electrical stuff to cut your price in half.
What? Definitely. On TikTok?
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, there's something because everybody's showing about their prices of their electricity being cut in half after putting this little thing and plugging it in a plug, and it just totally.
I wonder if it's like a limiter.
Yeah, it's like a limiter.
Yeah. That
might help. That would help though with your.
Not with the 3D printer, because this runs 24/7. Especially right now, because it needs to run all the time to get me product to sell. But I also built my shelving unit for my display table.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. So that was a 2-day print to print one. So, you know, I'm sitting there timing. Okay, if I print this piece now, it'll be done printing when I wake up. I print this piece, it'll be done printing by dinner. If I print this piece, it'll be done by the time I wake up again. So, you know, it's all strategizing how the print times are. But otherwise it constantly runs.
Wow.
So the only time it wasn't running was today in the last week, because I wasn't home to switch out the plates.
Right.
But I have an event this weekend, Saturday all day. I'm at an event, and I guarantee you it'll be running all day.
So let's get into that, because we are getting to the top of the hour here.
Sure.
Sorry. I called somebody.
Hello?
But let's get into that. Where are you going next for your events, and where can people find you and get a hold of you if they want, like I said, hey, I want some of those cat ball things.
Right now, the best place to get a hold of me is going to be Facebook and Instagram. I have a TikTok. I'm not super active on it. I'm just not. Facebook is the best. It is my name, which will come back over here eventually. You just look me up. I've got a blue check mark. It's super easy to find. The cat ball stands and all that stuff right now are only available in person.
Okay.
Just because, again, I have one printer and I wouldn't be able to keep up with demand.
Okay.
So once I get a second printer, then I can start looking into the online store, and then it'll be much easier for everybody. So in order to get them in person, you got to go to the events that I'm a guest at. So for this upcoming weekend, it is the Witches and Wellness.
Okay.
That is in DeKalb, Illinois.
All right.
Somehow I have a weekend off in July that I've never had, which is weird. I must have messed the dates up. So the weekend after this, I have off. I'm going to be printing like crazy. And then after that, I'm at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. And then the weekend after that, I'm in the New Orleans Paracon. And then after that is my birthday. I actually took that one off, but I'm also investigating Edinburgh Manor. So not really took it off. I'm doing the Paranormal Research Symposium. Now, there's no vending at the Research Symposium.
Okay.
But if you're there and you want something, it won't be very hard for me to go up to my hotel room and just bring it out of my hotel room.
Right.
So I don't need a vending table to sell stuff if you know what you want.
Right.
So, and then September is my big events. I've got the main Paranormal and Horror Con and then the Underworld Culture Con. And those two are two ridiculously huge events. So I got to print up a storm to be able to stock those, because I did them last year and my table almost sold out of everything. So a lot of people.
Yeah, and I believe that's how things go.
I'm hoping by September, though, I'll have the second printer and then I'll have the online store.
Mm-hmm.
So the more that sells now, the sooner I'm going to get it. That's kind of where I'm at.
Well, good luck to you, Knowles, and your printing your stuff, and hopefully things will, in a year or so, check back and see how your business is doing. And
yeah, I've already had half a dozen people reach out, wondering where I'm going to be at. And I'll just be like, my schedule's posted, it's pinned to my Facebook. And then they'll be like, oh, cool. I'll see you at Gettysburg. I'll see you in Maine. I'll see you. Great. I've got all my stuff. First come, first serve.
Now, is there any locations that you haven't been to yet that you are waiting to get to go to?
There's been a lot of locations. So, a lot. I know when I'm on my way to Gettysburg for the bash, like we're stopping at the Crescent. So I get to investigate the Crescent for the first time. Sanatorium. And then I think it's on the way to Gettysburg again for the research symposium. I'm stopping at the Ross House in Ohio.
Yep,
so I'm doing the Ross House. So like, there's nothing right now that is like a must go to for me. If it's on my path and I'm already heading there, or I'm heading through there or past there, and you want me to stop by, yeah, I'll check it out. Sure.
Okay.
Now, when I go to the New Orleans Paracon and then the Cajun Country Paracon next year, like there's some things down south I do want to check out. So for New Orleans, I've never been before. So
just don't get into that voodoo stuff.
Well, I don't plan to. But I want to check it out though. Like I want to see the shops and be like, what is all this stuff? Picture. I'm possessed now. But like New Orleans, I want to spend a few days exploring before I have to work. So that's kind of the plan. We're going to be there a few days early, just kind of checking it out. And then, I'll at least be able to scratch a couple things off my list there. I hope.
Well, we got, paranormal never ends. So,
no.
It'll just keep evolving. That's what I've noticed throughout the years of doing the paranormal stuff. It just keeps evolving more and more and more.
And we evolve too.
Yes, we have to evolve, because if we don't evolve and stay back the way how we were when we first got in, it won't work.
And proof of that, my presentation that I'm giving this weekend is about going from skeptic to spirit, from being super skeptical to embracing that's a ghost. I'm looking at a ghost, right? I saw a ghost walk across my office over there. It wasn't, some other thing. It was a ghost. Yeah. So whereas 10 years ago, I would have been like, it's just my eyes playing tricks on me,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, you get that a lot of people say, well, you're in the dark like for 8 hours. How fun could that be? You're just staring at a wall. Well, you know what? It's a lot more fun doing that than this doing something else that you don't care to be doing.
Very true.
You
Very,
know,
very true.
I mean, that's the way I look at it anyway.
I agree. And I like it. I have light sensitivity. So, my laptop has a little edge light on it that lights up my face. But
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, like the rest of my office is dark because it's normally too bright for me.
Yeah.
So, for me to sit in the dark, like I can still see fine.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot of lights. So it's not really dark for me unless there's no windows. And like I like it. As long as I'm comfortable sitting in a chair and I've got
Mm-hmm.
something to do, I'm cool. I could be there for hours and I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah. I would love to stay at Edinburgh for a week.
3 days at Jericho, I found was probably the extent of what I would want to do. So
Yeah.
I don't think any other location I'd want to do more than 3 days unless it was so big I needed longer.
Well, you got the new jail that's on Iowa that Josh Hurd and Tori Westhoff has.
Yep, I've seen their post about it. Yeah.
Yep.
It
That
is on
one.
the other side of Iowa though.
Yes.
That would be quite the jaunt for me.
Yeah.
Eventually
Then,
I'd like to.
I mean, you got Melbourne Manor. That's 10,000
Mhm.
square feet.
Mhm.
You got the one that Tori has, the
Sleeper.
Sleeper Mortuary. That's 15,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
So
when we did Broadhead Manor, which is 60 for the
60,
building, so it's 80 or 180,000 in total space.
Yeah.
I believe or maybe it's 20 per floor. Maybe it's 20 per floor, 60 total. I think it might be that. But it was big enough, and there was so much activity in each floor that we had to do investigations on each floor separately.
Yeah.
It's just too much to do all at once.
And the third floor is now full-fledged.
Yeah.
Because he's got that library going now.
Library's going now, yeah. But I've always had great stuff by the math and science rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the one with the handprints on the beams, correct?
That's the math room, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had great stuff down there. Whenever they do events at Broadhead and I'm a part of it, they usually put me on the third floor because I get great activity up there.
Yeah. We had such a weird happen with the what was it? I can't think of it. It was like maybe with the laser.
Okay.
Or is it with the thermal? I think it was a thermal is what we had something weird going on where it whited itself out.
Oh.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I thank you, Larry, for joining us tonight. And
thank you for having me.
Like I say, we'll get you back on in about a year or so again and see where you are progress with your printer work and stuff like that. And who knows? Maybe you'll be part of another team. Who knows?
Probably not. I'm teamed out. I'm just gonna fly solo for a bit. We'll fly solo.
I get that. But like I said, with their busy schedule and stuff like that, I appreciate you coming on and having time for us to have a little discussion, and that way you get your stuff promoted out there for your stuff. I thank you all for joining us in the comments tonight, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with Nathaniel Elwell. I'm sure you know who he is.
I love Nate. Nate's a great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. So we'll have him on in 2 weeks, and for BB3 TV, Paranormal Brew, and MGS Paranormal on YouTube, I bid you adieu. So long, everybody.